Hello YouTubers, we're down here at the Jeffries mill. We have spent the last couple hours trying to resurrect it, grease it, do everything. It hadn't sawed since the fall probably. So we went over and let's a close-up look at the air dogs that we made. Maybe I'll get a closer look. I'll go down there. We got two black walnuts here that need to be sawed. They're, I don't know how wide they are. Here's a tape. We'll tape them just for the heck of it. They're not real big. This one here is 20 inches. This one here is kind of oblong. They're both banana boards. That one's 17.5 inches. Now it looks like they're about 10 feet long. But they're banana boards. I don't like cutting banana boards, and he doesn't like cutting shut boards. The only way you're going to get any wood out of this thing is if you let me see if we can get that. You really can't see. The only way you're going to get any wood out of these real good is to cut them in half. But then it's going to be just too small. He doesn't cut any short stuff. Then over here we got a couple cherry logs to saw. Sorry about the wind. Can't do nothing about it. We're in a wind tunnel down here. So I don't know what all's over here is supposed to be sawed up. I know this is a big cherry here. This thing's got to be, oh, it's better than 24 inches. Then that's a poplar there. I don't think we're going to saw that. I don't know what that is. That's probably firewood. This is kind of out of his firewood pile. Here's some cedar. I don't know whether he's supposed to saw that. I don't know. He's got to resurrect there. Now this might be I think that's sycamore over there. That's probably no good at this point. Sycamore sits out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's sycamore. That's probably going to be junk. Some chunks and hunks. That's pine up there. That's all probably junk. Sits around too long. Here's wood splitter he was working on. I don't know if you remember this one. Just kind of a look around down here at Jeffries. The motor run the opposite direction, so he had to do this to get this, or drove off the front as opposed to back because of it was a motor that he had, and he's got a 28 gallon a minute pump on there, and he built a new tank for it here, and it's fast. It's got a, I don't know what size bore cylinder. It ain't great big, but that's the 6-inch bore that came off of this one is on that big purple splitter that we got. So this is a smaller cylinder, but it runs real fast. So he wanted to get up in the 5-second time like my fast wood splitter, and he's got a making you dizzy sick. He's got you can see the hinge here, and there's a what do you call it, place for the wood to go after it comes out. We'll go back down to sawmill. That's more fun. There's a big splitter like the big splitter I have. He's got a big one. Here's his crane. Goes way up into there. So for getting things up high. I'll show you these air dogs. We made these, man, I don't know how many years ago. Too wet up at my place to do anything. So that's what they look like. We made 8 of them. Made 8 of them things. There's 4 on this and 4 for the number 1 mill when I get around to it. And here's the back of it. Whoop. The cameraman ain't doing a very good job today. This is all the contraptions that we made and put together, and they were kind of interesting to make. So they slide up and down and in and out the way they're supposed to. Get out of the sun. Maybe this one in here you can see a little bit better. It's still a hand set mill. It's not a, here's the set works. Got that all greased. Got this thing here greased. That's his log rule. Maybe you can see this one a little bit better here. I think we made him go up higher than the standard dog. So once that one dog goes up, it's about 2.5, maybe 3 feet high. And we'll walk down the mill. Here's his sawdust drag going up to a telephone pole. All this building here, he built this whole building, gosh, I'm guessing 15 years ago now. Built all the trusses, built it all. sawed it out and put it up. The squirrels were running on it in the morning, and it had nails on it that evening. These are all cut off telephone poles, and those bad boys are long and big. Here's where he jumps over his mandrel. I know you guys are interested in that. That's my saw blade, his saw blade. He had a 58 on here and decided to get a crack in it, so it got deadline. So that's just an extra blade I had, brought it down so he could saw. This place is like a wind tunnel. So I'm guessing you're hearing the wind. You might not be hearing me at all. I don't know whether the speaker's on the front of this thing or the back of the thing. Anyhow, the slab wood comes down off the saw. You've seen it in other videos, but if you're new here, you might be interested in looking at this. We got a little pass through here, so it's coming off the head saw, comes down here. Let me put this down. So then it comes down here, and this is where we do have the chop saw. Then it goes up this elevator, here, and then if you saw, I'll go back through, you can see about a 40-foot conveyor in the back, and that takes the slab wood out to the slab wood pile. Now he's a good builder, and it goes all the way up there. So it comes out of the slabs come out of here, they drop into this thing, then they go out to the slab wood pile out there. So that takes care of them. This rack that we got over here we made for stacking the boards. It's not normally here, it's normally over here. That's where one of those oxygen cylinders sits in the ground. So we stacked the board here. We're getting ready to chop all this wood up and just throw it away. It's maple is what this is, but nobody wants this wood. You know, we just called 2 or 3 people. It's in the way, so it's getting chopped up and going to the scrap wood pile. Here's his edger that he made. Well, he didn't make the edger. He mounted the motor over top of the edger and did all this. This guy's handy and a half. So that's that. It's just kind of a look around. I don't like using the edger, so when I'm sawing down here, I send it back to him. Because if I don't know, it just, you need an extra hand if you got an edger. And we'll go in there and look at his little 671 Detroito. This is the back end of it. This is a I don't think it's a bus motor. I think it's come off a tractor trailer somewhere or something. I'm not sure what this came off of. But that's his setup in here. And if you got a sawmill, you know you got extra parts. So that's what that is. Like I said, he's a heck of a builder. Look at all this. Look at the telephone pole beam up there. Can you see that? That's probably, that might be a 30-foot beam up there that he flattened the top and then flattened 3 sides of it. Because all that's hanging on it is the whole roof. But look at it. He's a good builder. You can't really fathom how high that is. That is up there. And here we're back at the saw. So we might be sawing. Nah, I don't think it's getting too late in the day. Right now it's 6 o'clock. He had to run for gas. And yeah, it's another one of these sawmills. But it's been all redone. You can see if you look over there, I'll go into it. He's rebuilt all the beds. See how the beds, he redid that out of I think it was out of channel. Then he reinforced it with that webbing in there, and then got it all welded together and took it over to a planer, a metal planer, and made them all perfect. So they're it's quite the piece, quite the piece. Anyhow, here we are going back, zooming back in. So that's what it looks like heading out the wind tunnel. Got rugs down here to try to keep the dust down a little bit. There's the old indoor outdoor carpets or something like that, just entrance rugs. He's got a pile of stickers now. I guess the last movie I did, I was making stickers. I needed stickers for some stuff. Oh, look who's coming in. He the Gasso Man. Anyhow, we gotta go. Gotta get back to work. We'll see you guys later.